Good evening, folks. I'm Baroque, and welcome to Remnant 2. This game came out in 2023. It's lovingly referred to as Dark Souls with guns, though I think that's doing the game a bit of a disservice. It's got a great deal going for it. Now, I played through the base game and the first DLC as they came out, and the second DLC came out in 2024. I started it, pretty much got to the intro where they're describing the lore, and then, for whatever reason, I just bounced off it at the time. But I've been itching to get back to it, and saving doing so on stream. So we've got the second DLC to get through, the third DLC, and then the boss rush mode. I'll give you a little heads up on the build and some of the gameplay systems as we get in, for those who don't know. But yes, like Elden Ring, this is going to be a little bit of a different one. I've played elements of it before, as you can see from the time played there. So without any further ado, let's get stuck in. We'll be loading into our hub area. Hope you're doing well this evening, by the way. Get yourself a warm beverage, get in from the cold. Here's Ward 13, our hub. It's got a few different NPCs around, some merchants, some bits and bobs. One of my favourite bits is to see a firing range. It will let you show you what I'm working with at the moment, but I'll open up the screen. Now, there have been some changes since I last played. That fragments tab at the top is a new one to me. Now, what I've tended been doing, you can pick two different classes that you run. You get a prime perk from one of them. So I've been sticking with healer, just to keep myself going. And then I've been leveling up some of the other classes as my secondary class. So unless the DLC gets too nutty, in which case I'll bob on my main other defensive one that I enjoy using, which is Challenger. I will be leveling up as I go, currently with this Summoner one. As you can see, we unlock different skills on either side. I've currently got two little flying fellas that come with me. As you level it up, you get different passive perks as well, from both sides. And these cards, which work as traits that you can put points into. Mine are all pretty tanky, as you can see over here. Stamina, health, mod regeneration, skill cooldown, reduced damage, some lifesteal, elemental resist, and XP gain, and a little bit of other stuff as well. I don't know if they added more skill points. Now, as well as your two classes, you get a choice of armour, of which we've got a fair few options. Similar to your Souls games, you have different weight capacities that change your dodge roll. Otherwise, armour is just what visuals you want for it and different resistances. So I've tended to gone for visuals. I have over here your healing item. If you think your Dark Souls flasks or Estus, except they have different properties. The one I've got does a max health shield rather than a heal. And we have plenty of others besides. This one pretty interesting. 50% speed bonus, but no healing. There's all sorts of stuff. And one thing I love about the game is how many secrets it has, and how many crazy ways there are to find and unlock stuff. Some requiring multiple playthroughs, some requiring you to roll your campaign and get specific missions and objectives and side areas that link to each other. So you can find a weapon that is a dagger that is meant to kill a king. Then you can find an enemy who's a king. And if you last hit him with that weapon, you get his crown. But again, that requires like 3 different rolls to spawn over the course of a biome. And there are some that have to spawn over the course of a campaign. So for example, the first world can roll, if you haven't got the DLC, they can roll 1 of 2 campaigns with a different end boss. And within those, different side dungeons can spawn and side areas, different NPCs and side quests. As I say, some items require multiple of these to have spawned. When you defeat bosses and go through different quests, that's where you get your armour from, that's where you get all your different weapons from. We've got things from shotguns to crazy rifles to sci-fi weapons to very silly fantasy looking weapons to bows. This gun which is just fingers. Very creepy. There's all sorts here to play with. A lot to find and to discover. You've got melee weapons too. Got an array of fist weapons, katanas, axes, hammers, staffs. I tend to go for great swords. I've only found 3 though, and the base one I started with I'm just very fond of. But these all have different abilities as well. The base ones don't, but its stats are just pretty good, and I like its animation set. So as you can see down there, that one has Vision Spike. That staff has Dreamweave. And these are all different abilities that, again, your melee and your guns have. For your guns, boss weapons have a specific ability on them, like that beta ray there. Or the base ones you can apply your own mods to, and your own abilities thereon. Which also change the appearance a little bit, depending on which region of the game they're from. Like, not a huge amount of customization in terms of the visuals, but it's enough to know, oh, that's like an eldritch weapon that comes from here. That's a, you know, one from the humans, so it's a little more scrappy and put together. On top of that, for your weapons, you get these little... Oh, I can't remember the name for them. Just another bit of customization here. With these mutators, that's the word. And they change various stats now your gun performs. This one lets me return some ammo to the magazine on a percentage chance. And when ammo is returned, it gives me increased fire rate. Which I just like. This is a 2-shot shotgun. So whenever it gives me one back, it's a lot of bonus damage if it does proc. Now, I've got an offhand as well. I've currently got a chain lightning gun because it's pretty good for dealing with loads of mobs. Otherwise, I tend to go with this revolver. Which I've put a firestorm on because, you know, just having a bit of AoE. Again, there's a lot of options, a lot of loot to find. But the main stuff that defines your build... I know we're getting a little deep into it here. I just want for folks who've never seen the game before to get a little bit. Those who know can skip ahead if you like. Your amulet and 4 rings. So, like with the shield artifact I've got a necklace that, while a shield is active, 20% increased damage, and a chunk of lifesteal. I've got an XP gain ring, just again, because I'm trying to level up each class. And then the other 3 all interact with my shielding. And there are a lot of rings. And therefore a lot of options to mess around with your build. Whether that is crit, bleed, mod power, status effects in general. A different variation of tankiness. There's all sorts of stuff. And again, some of these rings will be as easy as it's guaranteed to spawn in this area. You pick it up. If you ever find it again, you get some scrap as duplicate. For the duplicates, so you get some currency. So I say, I'm a pretty tanky build. I like having a quicker roll, and that's how we're going to roll into the DLC. Inventory, where you keep track of stuff you've found, of course. I only got this from a merchant when I was just testing to see if it was alright for streaming. Not sure what it does. It's got the note that McCabe can craft it into a weapon, but I didn't see one pop up, so no idea there. The other thing that's changed is your healing item you used to be able to socket shards in. That would have small statistical bonuses that the more you played the game, the higher those numbers would get. They have now put this over here. In what appears to be one of 7 stones, these prisms. But I have no idea what these are and no idea what to do with them. Other than I need to socket stuff in. So what I'm going to go do is I'm just going to do the health ones. I can only do the 3. This is Remnant 2 AJ. I've mentioned it a few times before. Good evening, bub. But I like it an awful lot. Huh. This prism is its own separate thing that apparently can level up or be cleansed. I don't know what that means. They added that with the 3rd DLC, so I have absolutely no idea what this entails. So for this, the 2nd DLC, I got up to the point where the NPC is talking to me about various lore. I basically got through the door. We'll go see that in a minute, but let me just give you a rundown of the gameplay. So it is a 3rd-person shooter. I've got my coach gun here. Got crit damage for the headshots. You can see if I shoot the body, less damage. If I pop my little relic and give myself a shield, that does that damage bonus we saw before. It's got this lovely little DPS token here. And show you how this is a pretty, standard human-looking weapon. If I go with the lightning gun, which is chaining to other enemies, it also has a weapon ability where it puts this little lightning thingy down that zaps folks nearby. If I shoot another one, it chains them together. And then does constant damage to anything hit by said chain. You can also stick that to enemies, so it links them together and continues to do damage. As you use a weapon, you can see it's charging up uses on the bottom right down there. Get a couple more going. But also on top of that, I have his melee weapon, where you can go and boot things. You got a back dodge and your regular rolling dodge. That also gives you a different attack animation. Can also hit headshots with weapons if you aim it right. There you go. Same with a rolling attack. Charged up heavy attacks, that kind of thing. Also got my abilities, being a healer and a summoner. As I level that up, I've got a shield, which also heals me a little bit. And I can summon 2 little friends. The apocalypse in this world is caused by the Root, an enemy that is devouring all worlds. If you're a summoner, you get some. Aren't they nice? I hate fighting these enemies. Just as an FYI. Alright, and this is me, Baroque as ever. So what we're going to do is we're going to get into this DLC and we're going to see how we get on. Oh, you have a slide as well. My biggest criticism from this game, compared to the first one, is that in the first game, you were able to barrel roll through glass windows, and they would shatter, and you could leap out of buildings, and it was fantastic. Did not have that in this one. Probably a graphical limitation. Now, I've currently got an adventure rolling, where each time you purchase a DLC, once through, it gives you a run with all of the new stuff in that biome. So that's what we're doing now. For the main campaign, it'll re-roll it completely, and you can do so at any time. If you're chasing specific weapons or that kind of thing, you can do so. Now, AJ is indeed submachine guns whilst magic-y things. I just wish I had a better two-handed sword. I do have others, but this is my favourite one. There's also the boss rush mode, which I have not tried yet, because that came with the 3rd DLC as a free update. Let's get ourselves into the Forgotten Kingdom. This is the druidy one, I would say. Iesha. Oh, last checkpoint visited, there you go. You're gonna have to forgive me to get the rust off. It's been quite some time since I've played the game properly, and it can get quite difficult. There is some delightful boss design. As I started mentioning earlier, the bosses drop a specific item upon killing them. Let's say one of the main 3 bosses of this zone has 4 options of what he drops, and that can range from something to make a gun, something to make claw weapons, something for a ring, and something for an amulet. And how you get those is you have to kill it in different ways, in different, scenarios. So there'll be plenty, even with this run of the DLC where all the new stuff is selected, A, I will just miss stuff, and B, things might have more than one option. I would certainly call it a scrap-vard version of that sword HAI. Again, I've got plenty of other weapons. I've got other great swords, like this sci-fi looking armoured one. We've got stuff like the aforementioned... Where are you? Got a funny face on them. Not those ones. These. Which are just angry claws. Again, you got staves, I got a spear, that comes back to me. It's all kinds of stuff. But, I'll go with what I know for now. So we're going to talk to this fella here and get the rundown for this DLC, because I've completely forgotten. Hello, friend.
Does the Paxotech need something from Walt?
Yes, Walt, I do.
As anticipated.
Thunderhammer. There is one that's kind of like a Thunderhammer. Can you run me through that Lost Tribe stuff again? Yeah, and this game is up to 3 players in co-op, and my goodness, it is a grand old time. I highly, highly recommend it.
When the ancient Pan left their homeland to escape the plague, several ships were separated from the rest and landed here. Thelos was their leader and helped build a new society, but he soon fell ill with that same plague.
I kind of hope your recap would be a little more in-depth than that, but sure, survivors from a plague.
Now would be an appropriate time for the Paxotech to make a purchase in support of Walt's research.
One thing I know, chatting with people around the camp, is apparently I gave an egg to an NPC, and they're trying to figure out what to do with it. I don't know yet. Oh, he has an extremely expensive ring. Reduces max health by 20%. Increases all damage by 1%, for every 5% of damage reduction. Fascinating. Burden of the Mesmer. This ring fills you with an inexplicable emptiness and longing, made all the more cutting by the blinding rage that accompanies it. Hard to explain, but somehow this feeling both strengthens and weakens you all at once. There is sometimes no choice but to do the unthinkable. If your resolve is true and your cause is noble, then even tearing your own heart to shreds is a worthwhile sacrifice. I must believe that I have done all will be worth it in the end, that my Pam will know the taste of freedom again. It must come to pass. Well, congratulations, AJ. I'm hoping to see it all myself once. And say it gets out of early access. Right, so there was a bit of the map before me. That's how I got in and out. An explored side dungeon. And I've got all this bit down here. So it's all new to me, stepping forward. I don't know what enemies are going to show up. I assume it wants me to drop down, jump onto here. Not ominous or foreboding at all. It's called the Forgotten Kingdom, I suppose. One of the classes in this game also gives you a doggo companion that can heal you. Very popular. Of course you can pet the doggo.
Alright, come and get some.
Oh, I know. I'd just be waiting to do so on stream, bub. Just so it's all fresh. You seem alive. You are alive! Oh, this is not a good place to fight. Oh, it shoots lightning. Get me shield up. Scumbag. I don't want to do a big dodge on it. Ooh. Triple bump. There you go. Get some material. Ooh. New relic fragment. Weapon ideal range. So I assume that then goes into here. So it does. Oh, and now it's leveling up. Huh. They did say it was an endgame system that would work at any level, so I'm happy to see that. Strange plants. Now again, there tends to be lots of little secrets and side passages. Oh! Well, hopefully by the time they get to the 1.0 launch, the Templar is there for me to enjoy. We'll see. Regardless, when it hits 1.0, I'll be... Oh, shouldn't have done that. I'll be able to enjoy it for sure. Again, I just want the reactions to each new monster and boss, as you say, if they're pretty tough, to be going in blind. So folks can enjoy my reactions to such, including yourself, of course. Let's continue our way down. I'm sure there was a quick way to drop. That wasn't just drop. Maybe it was clicking the stick. Doesn't seem to be. Item over there. And stuff that way. Ooh, bit like a bottom bit. Alright, so if I head back this way first, rather than pushing forward. The game labels the bearers on the map. Oh, hello. Nope. You've got little flower friends. More lightning. Well, I hope you all drop lightning stuff. Got my shield relic. It's a lot of stuff on the floor. Oh. So this is a model in the base game, but they're all lightning-y now. That's unpleasant. God damn that passive tree. Is that about the same size as the base game, a little smaller or bigger? And how's the respecking looking? Like in this game, changing builds as easy as equipping other stuff and swapping your traits about for free. Ah, smashing pots.
Too quiet.
Ooh, it's an aberrant enemy. So they added these one Halloween at some point as like a limited time event because they give you unique materials that can change the properties of some guns. And now they just kind of show up. They're empowered versions of enemies with Diablo-style modifiers. So that one has Drain and Enchanter, whatever that means. Drain, I assume, is lifesteal, so it better not hit me. Nope. Oh no. I forgot anime economy in this game is pretty rough. It encourages you to change weapon quite a lot. I'll stand in those clouds. Come, friends. Get my heal going, which also shields my friends. Ooh, nice dodge. Zapped. Gave me a new mutator. Pressure point. What this? Increases this weapon's ranged and mod damage by 5% to enemies within 7 meters. Ooh. Activating the mod triggers a fixed blast, dealing explosive damage per mod power. And stagger. Ooh. That actually sounds pretty interesting. I'd have to level it up, though, for it to be any use. Bigger? Goodness me, AJ. How could Path of Exile do this? Oh, but at least you can respec for gold. That's fine. As long as the gold gains don't get too expensive. And I'm sure that's the kind of thing over the course of early access they can rein in. But I appreciate that. Rather than having to find some item. But that wasn't too bad. Let's continue our way along. New paths all around, as indicated by those red areas on the map. Got sprint attack as well, which double swings. As you'll see a lot in this game, this is a door that usually does not open from the side I'm on. However, that was the other side, and this is a shortcut. There's a lot of that. Oh no, it spawned enemies again. I need to be using my other gun to get that ammo back. Go have a looks about. So for the biomes of this game, you've got Yeşia here, which is your strange fantasy jungle with strange woodland beings. Then you've got, which we won't get to other than the boss rush, is like fantasy elven city with some Bloodborne style slums and then giant elven castles. More Fey than elven, I suppose. Which is probably my favourite of the three zones. And the other one is just straight up sci-fi stuff. It's a giant desert with loads of robots, and it's a nightmare. And that's where the third DLC is based. So I'm a little nervous to get to that one. Because I struggled with the robots. Yeah, you see that little thing building up on his electrocution stat, which just does a little burst of AoE damage. My two little friends helping me out. And also heal them up. This Matriarch's Ring. Ooh, 'tis new. What have you got for me? On perfect dodge, reduces charge melee stamina cost by 100% for 7 seconds. Ooh. Very nice. A ring worn by red widows, cast in brilliance, unblemished gold that alludes to their near royal status in Pan society. I know the red widows as cruel tyrants, harsh enforcers of Gina's will. Perhaps there are red widows somewhere who yet remember their noble and sacred duties, and practice medicine for the prosperity of all. I suppose a grind of gold's better than it, again, being a ridiculously rare item, so... Well, rare at least from my memory. There's another path up that way. Which leads back up over to where I was. Those have the eerie look of something that could come to life, but might not. There have been coming to life statues in this game, I remember. One of them was like unkillable. It was one of those you just have to run away from. Right, stuff. Noisy pot, that's mean. I've got a rune on my melee, by the way, which gives me shield when I swing, or when I land a swing. So it helps me just keep myself topped up. All the materials we're gathering are for upgrading our weapons. Saw earlier, our weapons are like plus 20, and plus 10. The fancier weapons go to plus 10, the more baseline stuff goes to plus 20. I like breaking the stuff. Oh, gambling paying off, AJ. Oh no. He's just hiding in the walls. Come here. Oh, nice, getting some long gun ammo. That's what we need. Oh, that ringing bell means like mini boss or elite, I suppose. Probably not mini boss, but like an elite enemy, which is now somewhere about. It's a really nice little visual or audio reminder, rather, that something is about and is coming for you. Unless he was in the pile and I AoE'd him down, but she might have been because the music's calmed down. And now I'm just on edge. Where are we going? We can either go that way along the canopy or this way. That way first, because that seems like a dead end.
Okay.
Get in, minions. Ow. I don't like these big purple plants. Get in the stuff. Sometimes when you break stuff, it drops items. Sometimes. Okay, that's the other side. I went up. Press on. It's a very noisy jungle. That's what we want to use. Ooh, hey up, you went far with that. Oh, oh dear, oh dear. I missed. And there's the AoE coming in handy. And my weapons are pretty leveled up, and I'm only playing it on the normal difficulty. On the base game, I'd gone through it on the 3rd difficulty and was pushing onto the higher one without much luck. Mainly because I keep trying to level up stuff, and I don't necessarily need to. This is our door forwards for the main quest, so let us see. Unless you... Into the blinding light. Let's have a swig of his beverage. Make sure you're doing the same out there. Okay. Tap the checkpoint to get our resources back. You can always use that opportunity to then teleport home to base camp. You will respawn at these, like bonfires or grace. There's an item up there. The music is oddly chill. I don't like it. Fall damage is certainly a thing, and falling to your death happens often. Deserted altar. Could be a boss area, could be an NPC story area. What is this? Soul Link. Oh, I've already got it. It also might populate the DLC with weapons and items from the base game as well to find. Again, the procedural generation and how it reuses its assets is something that I've really loved the game for. Like, there's elements of it you can get used to, and yet it still manages to surprise you. Nope, I swing first. Meleeing bosses can be a bit harder, depending on this. Why I never went like a full melee build, just because you can really be put out of sorts at times. Nice block. Your friend lit you on fire though. Ah, you missed. Is its weak point that little bit between its legs? Got no enemies to figure out. Plenty of times in the base game where I have wandered a little too far, a little too eagerly, and gotten my absolute teeth kicked in. Oh, friendly deer, don't mind those. If you accidentally aggro them, though, they will just run at you and be very angry. Come on, friends. And you can tell these ones are mine because they're glowing a little bit. Ow! Ow! That's a lot of damage. What's in here? I haven't misstealthed, have I? Some pot. Give it. Sorry, friends. Sometimes I get confused. Alright, nothing too crazy yet. I've said on prior streams as well, before getting to this, one thing I did like was how intricate the puzzles can be for this game. Although, a lot of them ended up, I need to Google this because I am an idiot. But we will see if the DLC goes in that regard. They also occasionally get a little platformy, which isn't to everyone's cup of tea, especially in a game like this. But I haven't minded. There's one boss in particular, called the Cube, was very specifically a platforming nightmare. More of a timing nightmare than platforming, I should say. It's a good meme, AJ. That's a lot of damage. I believe it was originated in StarCraft 2. You can see as we're exploring the map, changing that red into clear. This lets me know I've been to each area. Enemies down that way. Oh, well done. Don't do it, dear. Is that something down there, game, or... Oh, there was something behind me as well. Hang on a minute. That's why you always check the map. Ow! See what I mean? Completely uncalled for. Need me in the face. He did run away, though, rather than continue, so we let him go. Oh, yep, down here. Try down here first. Seems to loop back around, judging by that. I think that's a very kind way of putting it, bub. Logically challenged, aye. Stats were not an intellect, it's okay. Oh. Oh, hello, dears. Got yourselves a bit of an altar. One of the main missions here was the fight between a big wolf and a big deer. Who could favour? Beautiful engraving of a doe on this ring almost makes you forgive the countless deer who have painfully wronged you in the past. Almost, the game knows. They put this in the DLC knowing. When we first arrived on Yeasha, it does knew her forests far better than the does rather. Records say the first pan allowed their hoofprints to clean rivers and traverse the jungle through paths of their making. We built our villages in those safe valleys where the does slept. increases all damage by 5%. Just flat with a full stop. That's pretty good. And gain 10% crit chance against exposed targets. I can't remember what exposed means, but for a damage build, that's probably pretty damn good. Maybe if you equip it, the deer don't attack you. Even if it is self-defense, technically. Nothing over here, would you, dears? No, we're just frolicking away. Right, then we'll frolic after them in this direction. Steady as she goes. What I say, dears. I don't want to try and hurt them in their specific holy aura or ritual altar. That feels a little much. But they are trying me patience. A little shrine on the way out. Curious. Still, new item. And when we get into trying the boss rush mode, I imagine all these different things, and we'll actually be able to experiment with a few builds. Yeah. Alright, onward to new paths. Now, like a Souls game, all the enemies we've killed, if we die, will respawn, aside from bosses and mini-bosses. Elites won't respawn, or will respawn as well, rather. When they get that little dingy noise coming. But again, their placement can be randomised too. They don't all necessarily spawn in the same places, so it tends to keep you on edge. Now, there was a lot of problems with the studio and being acquired. It's Gunfire Games. Ow. But I'm hoping, given I heard no news of a shutdown, that they're able to get on and make a third game in the series, because, man, that would be fantastic. Again, I adored the first game as well. It's a roly-poly. I hate these. It's a vicious displacer, which I think means it teleports. And vicious just means more damage. I think. It's alright. I've got a hot shot on, which does a load of bonus weapon damage and fire damage, and nom 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 nom. Fire damage specifically, if you get that proc on an enemy, it's a huge percentage of their health, so extremely useful. It's one of the starting items you can get as well, is that hot shot, so it's extremely useful. Prism enchants are available. Oh. Level up. Oh. Move speed, melee speed, I don't know what this means. Mod damage. Mod damage for me? Oh, and that's just on the prism, and that's what it means by cleanse. So you can kind of build something on top of the ones you can pick. Cool. Again, whole new system to me. All I remember about hearing it is that people seemed to like it. And there were like legendary prisms or something you could find. And like the weapons and the other various secrets, you had to find really obtuse ways to get some of them through the game. Or reroll levels or whole campaigns to find them. One of the classes, by the way, where was he? This one, this explorer. Nobody knew for a while how to get in game, right? And it turned out, while we discovered a few bits and bobs, it required people to data mine the game. So they knew they had to approach a random sci-fi door, which was already a bit of a platformy bugger to get to. And you had to approach it with specific items equipped. That otherwise, you'd have never tried. You'd have never tried. The combination was just silly. Maybe in a huge amount of time. So it was built in there as a whole class to be discovered by data mining. And that's just really cool. Like, to actually not just have data mining be something that some people engage with. We see it a lot in MMOs. But to actually have a little thing being like, hey, you took the time to data mine. Here's a little bonus for you. About one of these flowers. Fight him up with lightning pellets. Swap the coach gun. Oh, I was a little slow. Ooh. You got the flower. Okay, not too bad. Maybe we're up that way down. We'll pick the high ground first. Give me that ammo. Delicious ammo. Bits and bobs. Relic dust, I know I need a lot of for that new stuff. It's alright, you two, it's fine. Very off-putting, creaky wood area. Let's try and head down this way. Cover the bit. Oh, you! Now. That is because I rushed and did not sprint over, but instead casually walked over. And I realised a moment too late. So what that means is now we're fighting back through, and I'm going to be quicker and making mistakes.
Great, more bad
I'm also just going to be angrier about it, though. Damn fall traps. First time to die on stream, it's to a bloody gravity. Sneaky bugger. Absolutely unfortunate. Did not like it at all. I'd have been fine had I but paid attention to a new area I'd not traversed before. Get out of it. Fancy sci-fi lightning gun. I love that reload animation, by the way. It's just so extra. It's got so many little details like that, and I adore it. And if it wasn't clear already, I really like this game, and I highly recommend it. Launch price as well. It wasn't a $70 or £60 type of thing. It was like the old school AA game price. It's like $35.40 or some such. A little higher with the DLC, but felt very fair. Given the replayability on hand, more than worth it in my opinion. Alright, so we're here again. See, just going through and knowing what we're up against doesn't take long. Huh? There's that little red X on the map. That is where I died, over yonder. Ow. Please. Don't get involved here. Okay, carefully does it. We don't want to fight him on here. We want to get past. Come on, God. Reload faster. Reload faster. There we go. Hey up, we binged again. Who's binging? Let my little lightning thing do its work. Ooh, still lots of damage. Can't get complacent. There you go. Fancy. Okay. Now I know there's a gap. Hold the button. There we go. Alright, and other than a dude here, we're good. There's another angry flowy spirit. Well. Did I injure him in the fight? That's an elite one, I take it. No, it's true. Now, I imagine because it's been out a wee while now, it will go on sale at some point again soon. Again, highly recommend it, especially if you can convince some mates to play with you. And have different builds that play off each other. But even just going through on your own, it's... Ow. Great deal of fun. A good old time sink as well. Plenty of hours to be gained. I'll say I had 89 hours and I had far from every weapon and armor set. I had a lot of stuff, but there was plenty still to get. Again, some of it just requires multiple rerolls of a campaign to get the correct areas to spawn. Bonk. Ah, good stuff. May you triumph with friendship. Nope. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Oh, nasty scream. But I'm a pretty tanky beggar. Again, I could probably knock the difficulty. Well, can't knock it up once you've set the world state. But I could avoid using my healing stuff or a shield build and then get battered about a bit. But I would like to complete the game, and there's going to be enough of that in the boss rush mode. There's our checkpoint. Now, this is looking a little... Yep, there's our fog door. It's boss time. What have we got? Oh, cutscene boss time. Fancy. I take it back, it's a big pot.
Here we go.
Cinderclad forge with drain on it. Oh, no. Yeah, that seems about right. Come, friends. Get shielded. We duck under the next lot. Ooh, my lightning gun hit something in there. I don't want to hit my allies, but... Why's it got carousel music? I can do a lot more damage if I hit the outside bits. But they're moving too fast. Ow. Oh, spawning on the floor as well. Ah, I don't like all that. Raise the glorious busted lightning gun then. Not that I'm going to have ammo forever. Ow. Yep. Oh no. Oh no. Hit me. No. Oh, and then fire. Stop. Oh, the sweep. Heal, heal, heal. Okay. Summon friend. Get that regen going. This is why I like the shield build the moment I have one up. Ooh, I just get damage back. Oh, yep, there's your... It's a lot of damage, but he's going to close any second now. Yep. Dropped a load of ammo in the meantime. Give, 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 give. No, sword. What are you doing? Heal. Get the ammo. Reload that. Grab more ammo. And under it. Okay. Straightforward thus far. Even if you just graze it a little bit. Nice. Ooh. A another trait point.
Whoa! Yeah, that's right. You scrapped with the wrong guy. Whoa!
A new material as well.
Oh my god.
Thank you, voice actor. I'm sure you can enjoy all kinds of different combinations. And it was quite a smack. Right, so I can level this up again. Healing efficiency, melee speed, and mod duration. Ooh. Healing effectiveness. Go with that, because I've got a lot of stuff that works with that. Interesting. Again, don't quite know how that system works, per se, but have a look at the item I got as well. I got a corrupted shard, which I can't quite remember what it does. That's not new. This, however, is from that boss. An unusual vessel of stone that houses some kind of molten substance. It seems to continuously burn no matter the conditions or how much time has passed. It's exceedingly hot, and you have no doubt it would cause a nasty burn if you tried to hold onto it with your bare hands. Flames of the stone goddess's fury are such that could not ever be quelled. She is a nasty, vengeful creature. It is not possible to reason with beings who are drunken with power. Trust me on this. All one can do is conspire in secret, await the perfect timing, and then go to great lengths to avoid being consumed by the conflagration. There's a few voice options for your character when you get going, but it always makes me laugh in the best way. Got some items, some usable stuff, some more runey things, very nice. Now let's not fall off here. Obviously the big boss like that won't respawn. Oh, I have some trait points again, which is interesting because I haven't had trait points for a while. They must have added some. Do we want a move speed or stamina regen? I don't know why I've got 1 point in stamina regen. One more point in a move speed, and then I think I'll do the rest in stamina regen. It's because that seemed to be where I was going before. Little item over here. Yoink. Getting all these materials to upgrade weapons, so anything we find can be of use. I'm not missing something there, right? It is just a nasty drop. Not suddenly a secret off the ledge. Just because the game has tricked me before, there can absolutely be some real jammy secrets. Especially in Space Area. Space Area has a giant desert. If you walk too far from the edge of it, you get sick, start coughing and throwing up, and then you just start taking loads of damage, and then you just die. On one random corner of said desert, there can be a full armor set, and then a little further forward, there can be a full bloody new class. And it was a real pain in the ass to get that. Got there eventually. And where are we now? Whole new map. Ah, no, we've looped back around behind it. With our NPC friend, whose name was Walt, I believe. Just because we couldn't pronounce it otherwise.
Such power.
Hello, Walt.
Hello. It is nice to see a familiar face around these parts, even if it is a strange and harmless one.
Rude.
It has arrived at an opportune time. See, I have found another mural. This one is more than I could have ever dreamed of. This discovery is downright exhilarating. The implications, the possibilities. It's overwhelming in the best of ways.
He's so excited.
Excuse me. I have a tendency to get carried away. Is my Paxel-Tech friend in need of something?
I mean, I have questions.
What is intriguing the Paxel-Tech, I wonder?
What did you discover?
Well, Thalos survived the plague that had long haunted the pan. After falling ill, he began hearing an unusual sound. that seemed
Absolutely
to
on
come
both
from the
fronts.
ground itself. Music. Strange music, with no instruments or voice to carry it. He ventured out to find the source. What he found was her. Lydusa, a goddess of stone
Okay.
In exchange for a year of companionship away from his people, she promised to cure him and give him the means to cure the others. He agreed. In his
What
time
happened to
on
his tribe?
The plague had ravaged his tribe. But he was able to save those who remained and start over anew. The goddess had granted him an unusually long life, and he ruled over the Pan for several prosperous centuries. The Pan worshipped their new goddess, building a temple and singing her praises. Here is the exciting part. It is said that she grew fond of the Pan and actually taught them how to use her power over the living stones.
Silly magic
What's
rocks.
that fleshy mouth, Paxortek?
Oh.
I'm sorry. Carried away.
No, it was rude of me to call them silly.
The living stones are real. The result of the same precious life song I have searched for all my days. I knew I was meant to find both the song and the tribe.
This feels like it's not going to have a happy ending.
I understand why. Walt is a servant of fate. Does its furless skin have chills yet?
Sure, well, go on.
The power I speak of is great. Ledusa selfishly kept much of it to herself, but she at least taught the lost tribe to hear the music of the stones and control them in some small capacity. Naturally, they craved more.
I'm expecting a boss with singing stones at some point.
As do all of us with the heart of an adventurer.
No worries, AJ. You enjoy yourself, bub. Thanks for hanging out. And a happy birthday to your friend. Take care.
Yes. Yes, it does.
Oh, bless him.
Everything, as it were. See, I have been chasing this dream since I was a child. I was a commoner, born for nothing but bloodshed and servitude. But I did not want that for myself. I wanted to believe the lost tribe was real, that they were out there somewhere. So I studied, became as clever and useful as I could, and at a young age, I was chosen to serve Genus herself. After many years of loyalty, I was assigned to a mission to explore the uncharted jungle. It was
No, which one was Genus?
I had been waiting for. So, here I am, chasing my dreams across cave and jungle. Finally, I am nearing the answers I have long sought. I am on the trail, my friend. They could still be out there. Or if not, perhaps the secret of their power offers.
I hope it works out for you.
Change my life. Change our whole society. Oh, but one step at a time. I must not get ahead of
I
myself.
really hope this becomes a happy ending for him,
Much to unravel.
but it's hard to say.
Understand the excitement. Understood, my friend. Will that be all?
Unless you have new items to buy, but what
The
you got?
support means a lot, my friend.
The fact he says my support means a lot leads me to believe maybe if I buy a load of stuff, it might do something for him. It wouldn't put it past me. Let me see if it is. Okay, no. So there's not a limited amount. If there was a limited amount of the items he had to sell, maybe. That ring. That ring. If the answer is buy this ring before the end of the story and then unlock new weapon or something. Oh,
My friend's journey
thing is,
as fruitful
it
as mine.
absolutely could be that. So do I, well. We've nearly leveled our summoning friends. When we swap to a level 0 thing, it will be much weaker than we are now. Because again, just having summoned dudes side is one thing. We also have all those passive perks I mentioned at the start. So not having those will certainly make us a fair bit weaker. Also, my shield build doesn't necessarily work for every single one of the classes. But it's the most reliable way for me to stay alive. McCabe and Riggs here. Cabe will take our items and turn them into
You're back.
new goodies.
What you got?
I have this thing, which will then make a heat wave. Emits a 15-meter aura of sweltering heat, causing enemies inside the aura to burn for 3 seconds. But 255 damage over 5, lasts 30 seconds. Ooh. Give that a go.
Okay,
I craft pretty much every one I can get. Let's have a gander. We take it over to our station, which gives us unlimited ammo and recharges our powers. Remember we had hot shot. Heat wave. Ooh, it's one of these with a fancy crystal. Won't take me a moment to charge him up. Even if I don't end up using them, I love coming and having a look, because there's so many of them. And again, however you want to make your build. Oh, and there it goes. And they're on fire! Ooh. That's a decent amount of AoE damage. Don't know how useful it'd be on a boss, but if you were going for some like fire build or status build, it'd be pretty useful. Go to hot shot still for me now. So as you can see, it does that burning for 200, so less fire damage than what we just saw, but it also increases range damage by 15%, which is hard to argue with for just straight up output. Right, let's get back to it. I was very fond that the fast travel just turns you to the last place you rested at. Very useful. Right.
This looks important.
Whole area down there. Now, before I just brazenly pull a lever, let me guess. Of course! Does not open from this side. We don't have the right. And we never bloody do. Alright then, game. What have you got for us? Oh! That was the big bit in the centre we jumped over. Which now lets me traverse further down and also up to that door. Which that looks pretty important. That might be the main way to go, but I can't say. Does that mean I drop here or no? Go back to the other? Well, no, because then that would be even further down now. Okay, it's opened up on that side. I'm sure there isn't a way to drop that. That feels like death by fall damage, does that? I might be wrong. Or science. Full shield. No! Now, as we've already ascertained, gravity is not our friend in this game. Okay, okay. We need to travel to a different site.
Here they come.
Surely they must give me a way down there. Oh. The door opened after we pulled the lever. Fancy that. Well, at least that solved the problem. No sneaky bits in the back of the elevator to jump down. No? Is it going to be one of these elevators that has something hidden? Go back up. You'd never know. Okay, we're good. Had to check. Had to be sure. Another shortcut door opened up. Oh, just a different door. Okay. So that will now lead me across to... Is that main story? I don't know. I'm not in view enough of it yet. Where will this lead me then? If it has been moved all the way around. So obviously we've climbed down the thing before, but it should be leading me somewhere. It doesn't look like it's leading me anywhere new. Is it all part of the same structure? It might be, and I just end up walking all my way back up again, but I'd like to be sure. And it pays to be thorough with this game. It does all just seem connected to this here one singular structure. Oh, hello, hello, hello. There was indeed a little bit to the side. Whoop! Trap. God damn it, I have activated arrows. Okay. I don't know why these dunes look suspicious, but they do. Ooh, this might be death. And... oh my god. I don't know if I'm just timing that right, or if I'm getting lucky. No, I buggered that last one. Is there something in those? Or were they gonna eat me? Ooh. Disciple's mantle. All set. Look at this. This was the set that was kind of on the trailer, as it were. Heavier, more armor. And the wavering visage of Ledusa carves the shape of this mask. Big ol' horns. Though his sisters wandered far and wide, Ledusa seldom travelled at all. Stone, by its nature, is unmoving and lonely. Sweet Ledusa lifts the mountains tall and digs the canyons deep. She shapes the earth so that others may frolic atop it, and she crushes those who stray too far from the path. So the stone lady who sank the stones he was on about. It's big, and it comes with a cape. The roots going in and amongst the stone. That's a cool design. Pauldrons bear the mirrored faces of Midra and Keluda, who always journeyed together in their eternal wanderings. For Midra's flowers could not bloom so lovely without Kildra's rains. Brave Keluda rages the rivers and fills the springs. She brings fresh water so that others may flourish. She drowns those who take it for granted. How much did that compare? Way more! That puts me into the heavy range. As you can see, a much slower roll. It's pretty cool though. It's a hefty cape as well. Oh, it's almost like roots though. Where's my other one? Let's see what the others look like. Not as heavy. Oh, they got curly toes. Not a fan of those ones that curl up. You can feel all the acia beneath the soles of these heavy greaves. The soft loam of the soil, the plush of green clovers, and the cold chill of a gurgling stream. You walk with ease of those who were born of the forest. The sister spirits are the daughters of Yaesha. Every mortal who resides in their jungle takes equally of their blessing and their wrath. Finally, the gauntlets. Ooh. Cheaper, but big. Bony claw gauntlets. Look at them. Gauntlets taper to sharp points, reminding one that everything in Yaesha is deadly, even those who seem too beautiful to be so. Eyes Midra blooms flowers and brings shade over our heads. She weaves the forest with beauty so that others may find reprieve, and she withers those who would make the world ugly. I feel like on our guns that's going to look... oh yeah, the claws just... no, it kind of holds on alright. You know what I mean? It doesn't clip that much. Clips a bit. I'm not a big fan of the knobbly bit at the side. Get my gold ones back on. I don't remember these. Oh, right, it went with the helmet I've got on. Because of the red arms. I do kind of really like the chest piece. It's just, it's that heavy. That would have to make some choices on the others. The helm I can go for really light by comparison. .2 is pretty low. Not low enough. Base mask is pretty low, but also not low enough. Damn, it's the lightest I've got past the crown. Good thing about this crown, by the way, is it lights up the area around me, so useful for some very specific stuff. I don't know if there's anything in the DLC that would require me to light a way through. Wouldn't surprise me. Something lighter on these. 15, 9.4, 5.8 is not bad. That brings me up. How are my boots looking? It's not just boots, it's pants as well. Yeah, I think that's alright for now. Chase just get up a little bit. See if all else wins me over. No. Were these arrows actually hitting me? No, I was beneath them. So what does this mean? I take it back. They were actually hitting me. I'm an idiot. Game. But then what did those little sand traps mean? They're not. There's going to be nothing there, is there? These waggly roots all the way behind me. Still got to have my backpack. Well, at the very least, that bottom bit is now explored. It sounds like that singing stone he was talking about is going. Fascinating bit of song, isn't it? Right, before I go over to that big bridge, let's check this other way first. Glad at least every death so far has been environmental and gravity and not just I suck at the fight. And you. I'm a very tanky build. Come friends. Get a few lightning capsules in him. Nice. Oh, pinged again. There's another. Where? Ooh! Angry flying gargoyle lightning dog. Ooh. Cheeky devil. Let's continue around. Hot. Little out of range, but there we go. Aha! Shield on hit. Into more lifesteal, into more regen. It's delicious. I care not for how much damage I output, I care for if to live. I do like having some damage as well. It's not like fights are taking ages. Hello? Now, this is clearly here as a friendly NPC, so... Will that old mask actually help decipher it or no? No, old mask does nothing. Maybe the Stone Lady's new hat? I'm just guessing here. No. Okay, okay. Maybe I go ask Walt about it. Maybe he knows. Or I have to find an item and bring it back here. That's also a possibility. This winds all the way back to the start of the level, so I might as well go and unlock that shortcut first while I'm here. Then we'll go see Walt again. And mayhaps he has an answer. It might not. It might be the kind of thing I kind of figured out on my own and just end up Googling down the line, as a lot of this game kind of ended up being for me. I'm not the most puzzlingly minded. Ow. Nope. Nasty bugger. But not too much of an issue. Oh, shot my friend by mistake. Give me that ammo. Right, and these are the paths that wound back through. Already unlocked though, so I think we're all good. It's down here as anything either, or... No, we went back down there. Alright, let's go see Walt, see if he has anything to say about our indecipherable friend. Or it will be something to try and remember to come back to before whatever final boss of the zone occurs. Let me check one more thing. What if I wear the full armor set from down there? Maybe that does it. Where are we? No, it was the big knobbly ones. Side pull, that was it. Okay, we're in the full set. I do have hide helmet on. Nope. It ain't worth heavy rolling for. Hey up, I buggered up. There we go. Back under the 50. A fast roll. I would have appreciated like a transmog system for the game, but again, other than the armor dictating some resistances, because it doesn't actually like define your builds and that kind of thing, I don't really mind that much. I just keep myself under the weight limit and wear what I like. Mind you, if there was something that just won me over completely, I wouldn't mind heavy rolling neither. Well, dear friend, there's a statue over there, and I don't understand what he says. Can you help me?
I'll find you, my lost tribe, my brethren.
Do not shoot, friend.
How can Walt be of service on this momentous day?
I'm hoping you can. I have
That is the
questions.
way.
No, he doesn't have anything to say about it. God damn it.
I hope we
It's going to be one of them weird things I have to come back to way later. Probably. For now, let us continue down that gigantic bridge in the centre to what might well be a bigger boss fight. Have a swig of his beverage. Make sure you're all doing the same out there. Keep yourselves hydrated. It didn't look like there was anything else at all on this map. Seems pretty clear. Big old temple. Do not fall to your death again, Baroque. Please. Hello, Pop. Pop our shield for ourselves and his friends. They're going to be fully leveled up soon. We'll be swapping to a new thing. There's a class that came with the last DLC called the Ritualist that was all about status damage and stuff. Or witchy. Try that one next, although won't really go with my shield build, but I'm still willing to give it a try. And 2 and 3. Very loud. Ooh. Almost juked me. Alright, big shiny door. No hidden little bits in the corners. Gotta be sure. amulet of talking to golems kind of thing. You'd never know. In we go. New area or boss room? That is the question. The Bloodless Throne. That's not ominous at all. It locked door. Always gotta try. Caved in fully? Yep, there's no going that way. Okay. Okay. No, also can't hear. It's the lady who sings in stone, like Walt mentioned. Shrug. Please. Oh god. Why? No, no, Dark Eyes. No, no, no. We're going to be fine. And good evening. Hope you're well. Oh, look, there we go. Oh. I'm wearing your armor.
When the ground beneath you shakes and quakes and tosses you fro.
How you doing this evening, bub?
Tumble and crush from above. When the deep dark caves twist and lead you astray. That's Lydusa's wrath. Now speak, before I petrify your flesh to never-moving stone. Why do you trespass here?
I mean, I thought it'd be fun. I'm just exploring.
Exploration is thin-veiled shelter for intrusion.
No, no, it's not.
You wish to steal from me, like all the other wicked beasts.
No, we can be friends.
But beasts won't take anything from Lydusa.
Oh no, I've made a poor choice.
For what's most precious to me has already been taken. The wicked beasts, the hooved ones, they stole Lydusa's precious thing. Without it, I can't tell my singing stones to cease their song of wrath.
I thought you gifted them the power to do that.
Yes.
You made them?
The singing stones belong to Lydusa. Once they sang only sweetly.
It doesn't look like a sweet song.
Magic that first sung them to life. A song to make them twirl and dance like wind-caught sand. But the wicked beasts twisted my sweet song to screams. I screamed and screamed. Now, poor Lydusa has lost something precious. The beasts stole it and locked it away. I can't sing without it. You, hoofless beast, will find my precious thing.
Hoofless
and return
beast.
it to me. Do you feel the stone flesh within, turning your inside cold and still? That is my curse, the touch of Lydusa. And I won't lift it until you bring me what I seek.
See, so you're going to petrify me if I don't? I'm glad it was productive, albeit a long day, Dark Eyes. And I don't know if this is my new god. Again, this could be one of those things in the game where, like many of the generated like stories and worlds that you go through, different items and rewards and paths and bosses, depending on what you say and choose. I don't know. I think this first time through the DLC, how can I help? I guess I don't want to be stone.
I don't remember, but it was precious to me.
It's like something out of Deep Rock and Galactic. You know, I've gone off the rock end if I'm like rock and stone constantly.
I am shadow split. I am not me. I'm not Lydusa. When you find it, beast, you will know that it's mine. That it is precious.
Alt will be very curious to hear about this.
Now go, before you become petrified and useless.
Is this like an actual time limit or?
I have long tired of mortal curiosity.
There was another boss in one of the other ones, another lord on a throne, where if you asked too many questions, they got really angry with you and threw you in jail. So that didn't go well, but it did unlock a different side area fighting through said jail. Let's just keep her placated. Ah, nice indeed.
Lydusa was kind. She gave and gave. Wisdoms, magics, even a sweet lilted
Walt did tell us she did gift them with it to help cure their people of a plague, so
enough for the beasts.
sounds like they kept grabbing and grabbing thereafter.
Not even in the end. Wicked, wicked beasts. They deserved their deaths and more.
So you're not one of the packs then, you're something else. What is this place?
Wistful, empty hollow was the throne room of Hoof King Thanos. But I didn't visit him here. No, not once. I couldn't stand the mollycoddles of the mortals.
The mollycoddles, well.
Yet I sense him here still. His life's imprint, drifting in the dust memory of this hollow. So I stay.
Who was he?
My Thanos, son of Colgate and king of the Hoofed. He arrived at this land lost and blighted, and one day stumbled upon my sleepy grotto. He sung me the sad song of his people, fractured from their herd. Such a poor and pitiful beastie he was. Sweethearted Lydusa cured him of his plague blight in exchange for a year and a day.
Yeah, that's what Walt said about the story.
Spent with me.
Albeit the extra day. And what would a spirit want with a king?
Sisters. Poor Lydusa had grown so lonesome. My singing stones were my only companions. Thanos and I spent each day together. I taught him the song.
I hope it's not his crown I have in my inventory, by the way. I'll have to check.
Atop the cliff tops. From dawn till dusk. Our bond peaked higher than the mountains, more and deeper than the depths. A bond no other beast could ever understand.
So what happened?
Oh, how I did not wish him to go. But he was a Hoof King, and his people were his heart's grotto. He returned to them, and as a final gift, I taught him the cure touch for his people's blight. He built me a temple within his golden city, and he would visit me again and again, for I would not allow his life song to fade.
You made him immortal for love, Rock Spirit.
He was taken from sweet Lydusa. Taken. Stolen. Taken by the wicked beasts. Terrible wicked beasts. I will speak of them no more.
They got angry with him because he was immortal, or... You're the only spirit here?
No one here, but not the only spirit. My sisters have all scatter-danced to the wind, to spread flower bloom and newborn.
I'm worried any answer will just trigger a fight, but...
Lonesome Lydusa remains.
Maybe you should find your sisters?
I can't. I cannot go, beast. Not until I take back what is mine. Not until I'm me again, unbroken from all these pieces. Made whole. Until then, I remain here.
Yes, you keep crushing those rocks, but they keep coming back again. You know about Walt?
So that is the dreadful stench drenched upon you. Hoofed ones.
Oh no.
Here. No, no, no. They should all be gone. My singing stones will crush this one.
No, he's not from here. He means no harm.
This beast is as naive as a newborn pebble. The hoofed ones are all mucking dirt water on their inside.
Ugh.
Soft, sweet Lydusa taught them the song of the stones. Singing stones to heat their food pots, cradle their little ones.
Oh, technology then.
Carry their packs. Yet still they took. Still they stole. Still they hurt. I too trusted them once. I thought them harmless. But only lovely Thalos was a gem carved from a different rock. And the
Okay,
wicked ones
back to
took
fellows.
him too.
We will go save your loved one,
This
I guess.
wanderhoof had dare not intrude upon Lydusa's secret place. Or my singing stones will shred him.
I will let Walt know he's in danger.
The beast has more important things to do.
No, I haven't just killed him. It's going to be fine. I'm going to let him know.
Thing, lest your flesh turn to stone.
Oh. I have a debuff. Where is that listed? I need to see it. Oh no. Well, flying friends, this seems a bit of trouble. Excuse me, I'm just gonna... excuse me, I'm... Oh yeah, it's just death down there. We had to look, but yeah, it's just death down there. Is this a big area or a quick way out? So I do need to go back to the other area and talk to Walt very urgently. I bet this elevator has something underneath. I need a no. Oh no, it goes down, not up. No. We're fine. Any sneaky jump points? Nope. Alright, let's trigger it again. See if there's not beneath. Oh. There could be. There sometimes is. Not this day. Could be the body of her husband just down here. Surely not. Game says main story this way with the exclamation mark. And otherwise a dead end. Listen, my flying friends are only sticking around until that class gets leveled up to 10. Then they're being replaced by something weaker. Probably. We'll see. Okay, got a checkpoint into an entirely new area. Oh, is friend right there? He is! Then I have to teleport back to the other area to speak to that other golem that was hidden on the side.
She tricked our poor king.
Tricked him? That's not the story I was just told.
They had no choice. Sometimes one must do what must be done.
Oh no, don't make me choose.
They had no choice. Oh, ha. Forgive me, my friend. I have a lot on my mind. I found another piece of the story, and I am another step closer to the truth. It is tragic. Bloody. A betrayal, some might say. But they would
Some
be
might.
wrong. That is just the way of things. Trust me. I know all too well. Anyway, does the Puxeltech need something?
Yes, could you
I
elaborate?
have new items on offer.
Oh, do you now? What do, before anything goes wrong, what do you have for sale? You do not have new items. You lied to me. You have the same ridiculously expensive ring. Ridiculous.
Believe in me. Someone must.
No, I do believe in you. We just need to get to the bottom of this.
Always questions.
Can't just tell him. Seem upset, buddy. What'd you find out?
In service to the goddess, she taught them alone to wield the power of the living stones. The simple things only, from what I can gather. Heating pots on command, lulling young ones to sleep and things.
Okay, that's what she said. We're on the same page at the moment.
So much more potential. This divine power was right at their fingertips, but she selfishly kept it to herself.
Okay.
It must have been maddening. Yes, I'm certain it was.
And then violence?
They made a plan to trap her. One day a year, she took mortal form and required Talos to lie with her. Our noble king was dubbed the Bloodless King because he never sired a child. It was because of her. He was under her spell. She
said she
was
loved him.
powerful in her mortal form. So when that night came around, they used their own ancient magics and captured her. Talos was enraged and fought back, killing his own kind. Yeah, they had no choice but to capture him as well.
Well, unless you're right and she was indeed mind controlling him, it sounds like people wanted power and got in the way of love, but we need to know more.
Talos was driven mad by the goddess. He would not listen to reason. So they imprisoned him and took control of the kingdom. Knowing the goddess was fond of her royal pet, they bartered his life in exchange for the secret.
Extortion thereafter doesn't bode well for them.
They got what they wanted, what they needed to safeguard their society. Using her power, they were able to create living constructs to do their bidding.
Angry stone, as she said.
The pen went from living like savages to an era of sweet.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Having such power in the palm of one's hand. Power like that could change the fate of our people, even those deemed unworthy of the Thane fruit.
Remember the Fane fruit from another story.
Tragic, but that is the way of history, of the world. One must rise from tragedy, stronger than before. The secret of this power must still be around here somewhere.
She's gonna kill you, Walt.
I can feel it. Trust me, my friend. This day will live on in the annals of history forever and ever. Why? Why?
Yes, why?
Because I have sacrificed everything for this power that I am on the cusp of unearthing. This could change everything for me, for all commoners, for all of Geisha. It has no idea what I have endured to get here. The suffering, the loneliness, the ridicule.
Yeah, I love how the voice actor's going for it.
Laughed at poor Walt. It was humiliating. And then there were those wasted, tortuous years serving Genus. That cruel tyrant who none of us chose, doing anything she asked of me. Anything.
Anything? I mean, yeah, but power hungry for... He wants liberty, you know? He wants the common folk to be free. And at the moment, it's like, is this all for you or genuinely for others as well? It's not 100% clear.
I did everything she asked of me. And she asked a great deal. Whenever there was blood to be spilled, there I was in the night. Dagger in hand. Important figures. Commoners like me. Even children. It was the only way to prove my loyalty. I did not mean to. I did not want to, but I had to do it. That was the only way she would
Oh no.
trust me enough.
Second red flag. For the greater good.
For the greater good. It really was. I just wish I could forget their eyes. The look of betrayal in their eyes as they breathe their last breath. As long as I live, I never want to see that look again.
Well, let's be a shoulder for him at the moment. That's rough. I'm here for you, buddy.
My friend. My first and only friend.
Oh, don't say that.
He must think Walt is a monster. And perhaps I am. But my heart is true. If nothing else, believe that much.
Well, I'm conflicted now.
Enough questions for the both of us.
I gotta go.
I'm grateful for the company. Truly.
Have a heal. Well, this got more complicated. Now, I need to go to that last checkpoint before this one. Oh, sorry, friends. I am here. This one. I mean, go see what that golem is. As I assume after she gave us golden eyes and the ability to understand her, that language I now have. So the golem should have something to say. Also, I have an item on my quick bar down there on the bottom left. That's that skull in a jar. You can hit that item and it will just end you immediately on the spot, so you can go to the nearest spawn point. It's not like Souls in the sense of you have a pile of resources when you die. It just resets progress and whatnot. No, no, no. He's gonna be fine, Dark Eyes. He's gonna be absolutely fine. As long as I choose him to live and not the Rock Lady. We will see. Right, let's go find this golem. Out of me way, you lot. Oi. Oh, let's not rest on his laurels. Friends, return. Swine. Oh, one, then scream. Don't usually do it in that order. One, a two, a three. Sweet. Damn it. This summon's actually been really useful. I'm really going to miss them when they're gone. Hang on, little golem fella. I'm coming. Let me just deal with these. Lightning rock boy. Nice. Give me the stuff. Okay. Hello. Mm-hmm. I am not a hoofed one. Who are you? Ukol.
That is the name of this vessel, not chosen, not wanted.
No, I won't use your name then.
By the hoofed ones, again and again. The spirit of the land gave voice to Ukko. Now we sing her will and wrath. Death she sings. Death to the hoofed ones. Kill you. Kill all.
Now, she said she didn't want you all to have a song of wrath. She wanted a calm song. This seems to contradict with that a little bit, and you look a little, broken.
Not yet. Not yet. Ukko refuses to crumble. Not
Oh, you didn't like your own name.
yet seen. This vessel was once part of the hoofed one's chorus. It sang their tuneless song. It danced their graceless dance. Then our lady's aria arose. Louder and louder, louder still. From the empty it resounded. Called, duetted our own. It sang the song of death, and our voice joined her. We crushed hoofed ones crushed.
Now, the messed up thing is, if the final boss of this is like Walt, her, or another option, they'll all be different items, encouraging more playthroughs. And knowing me, I'll miss a great sword. But I won't look it up. I will not find out beforehand.
We crush you too. Your screams, our euphony.
Wait, I'm not a hoofed one. I know Ladusa.
Not hoofed, but seen.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, she gave your vessel voice. Then it too shall sing the chant of death. It sings with us, our lady's song. This vessel offers its voice to your chorus. With us, sing the final verse.
Okay. Thank you. Stone Shaper's Chisel. An amulet, so it'll be pretty big. After not using the primary fire of a weapon for 10 seconds, all damage is increased by 25%. Primary fire of a weapon instantly cancels the effect. Well, if you were going for like a mod magic build and just using your abilities and never shooting your gun, that's pretty busted. 25%. It's not one of these items with a hidden thingamabob somewhere on it. There's been one or two that have hidden thingamabobs on them. Seems clear. The top of this ancient chisel is equipped with a cryptic symbol that seems to ensorcel the tool. Arcane power. Simply holding the chisel turns the hands of an amateur artist into those of a master. The living stones seem to communicate through strange, enchanting music. If only there was a way to understand their language as King Phalos did. How I yearned to sing it myself. Perhaps then I could fashion living stones of my own. Oh dear. Still a very nifty item indeed. And I'm afraid, my friends, we want to get back to the save point, so let me just drink this and excuse me. Did I just turn to stone? I did. And I still have the debuff. So death wasn't a quick way out of it, I am just cursed. Alright, now we need to head back to that other spot. Okay. The experimenting with builds later on, that's going to be pretty good. Oi, checkpoint. Thank you. To the next bit. Time we on. We're not too bad at the moment. It was fine, Dark Eyes. It was absolutely fine. It was just, you know, it was a little stiff is all. Oh, hello. Stuff.
Selfish goddess. She tricked our poor king.
Left or right to be decided. Alright, friend. I'm going to assume I'm safe here, stood next to you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to... It's fine. It's fine. They're not going to come up here, are they? They'd come and killed you by now. I'm just going to have a quick bio break, and then we will continue to explore the area. Petrifying. There you go, Dark Eyes. There's the word. Let me just tippity type into the chat. Tappity, tappity, tap, tap. There we go. Click back in and hopefully don't just shoot. There we good. I'm sure there was an emotes button somewhere. Hang on. There is city emote. Nope, that's lamp. That's light. Oh, hello, hello, hello. Emotes. I found them. Oh, sorry, friend. There's an exhausted one. No more emotes. Can I... Maybe there wasn't that many more. I know there was one. This whole system I still don't fully understand, but I'm leveling up whatever this stone is. Hey, friend, let me sit next to you and just be exhausted, eh? Now, if that was Dark Souls, I'd have buggered the whole thing.
Wait, just hold on. Just give me a second.
Silly voice acting, but not a true sit emote. Alright. Stretch your legs, refill your beverage. I'll be back with you in a few minutes. See you soon. And we're back. Thank you for your patience. Right then. Thank you all for not killing me or backstabbing me. I guess we are friends. So we got some folks mining over there, and then we got something that looks like it's going down. That upper bit drops down, so we'll go and investigate with them first. Come, friends. You are going to attack me. There's a lot of mining going on. Should be doing the quick dodge back rather than the full roll. It's habit of pressing backwards as I roll away rather than just tapping the button. Which I should be doing because it's a faster dodge. Oh, and now our paths open up quite a bit. That seems to loop back around, and that seems to go higher and splinter off that way. So let's try in here first. Deeper water, so sluggish movement. I hope it's not one of these rock people that just... Oh, nope. Root. By the way, shooting your friends here, I believe, gives them a buff of some kind. Oh no, it's an exploding bite! I remembered a little too late, but again, I'm pretty tanky, so we're alright. Note. All is lost. The great goddess has spilled the lifeblood of so many. She claims she will spare those of us left if we return Phalos' body to her. But the Vaunt burned it long ago to hide their guilt. Fools and cowards in kind. King Phalos was deserving of funeral rites and proper interment. He was a good king, a true Pan. But it is done. Cowardly Vaunt have hidden away in the king's throne room, awaiting my vile work. Felt the judgment of my ancestors as I defiled this body. I wrapped the corpse in the king's robes and covered its face with a perfect likeness of his crown, but the goddess will know this is not the king. She spent entire lifetimes with him, she will know. How did it come to this? I was once an honourable widow. Now I can only hope this foul and unforgivable act does not condemn the Pan to our ruin and me to my death. Oh, it was actually legible without that. Sometimes they're not. I suppose it was left on there by default. So, the king's body is ruined. He will definitely be angry. At the moment, it's still hard to tell who's more in the wrong. I think, to some extent, both parties are in the wrong, so we'll have to see. It'd definitely be a point of... For those who care less for spoilers, this is where you'd Google, right, what's the weapon reward? But I would rather find out as we go. Stairs up that way. More winding around to the right. Stuff winding around back behind me. I think I go up to the right and then loop back into this bit. Assuming I don't hit a dead end. Oh, plant. Always seems to spawn a couple of those with it. Oh, this path shoots off in that direction as well, but seems to be a dead end. Another plant. Get lightning. Ooh! Shield friends. Ooh, big swing. Tome of knowledge. Ow! Easy trait point. Yeah, I don't think I need the aim thing to be as quick. Stamina regen I'm happy to have though. Anything else I'm after? Yeah, stuff that doesn't really work for my build. Weapon handling's probably alright, but yeah. Don't need revive speed, saying solo, don't need the summon one because they'll be gone at some point. AoE size and aura range is interesting, but again, not one I'm really using. And these traits are from the other specific classes, so you can add trait points into those, as far as I'm aware. You might be able to, but I will do recovery. And again, you can just remove trait points as you like. Makes respecking quite straightforward. Trinity Memento. A quest item. Ooh, what this? Found this in your travels. Some kind of artifact from Yesha's past. Seems to be one piece of something larger. You're not sure what. There's no small feat to find this little trinket, but you're dying to figure out what the mystery it's hiding. I mean, it was just at the bottom of a cave. Back on Yesha, commoners would lull their younglings to sleep with stories, fantastic fables about the lost tribe. We all knew better, of course. Knew that those Pan who were separated from the rest on the Dark Sea were lost and would never be found. There's never been proof to convince me otherwise. Not until now. Okay. I mean, it's got some stone iconography on it, so it's linked to everything going on here. Guess I just need to find 2 more pieces before the end of this DLC. I'm assuming they're all here. Some enchantment is available. I keep forgetting this is a thing. Rail conversion, use speed, and cast speed. Cast speed's pretty quick. I say use speed for our other thing. Do we level this up fully and then keep re-rolling it, I wonder? Again, no idea how this prism system works. Fascinated to learn. Big chest. Just some bits. Let's head back round the other way then. Lots of ways to explore. Yesha's always been one of the prettier areas. Again, the Bloodborne and Fey Elven Palaces, still my favourite zone. When we get around to doing the boss rush mode in later streams, I hope to get to show you some of them. I don't know how in-depth the boss rush is, which is why I'm kind of a little disheartened that they didn't do a roguelike mode that they'd done with the prior game, because honestly, even now, that first game shows its age a little bit. It came out in like 2019. But that roguelike mode, I just love playing. We end up finishing both where I want. I'll have to Google how much is actually in the boss rush mode in terms of rewards. Is it like on the normal mode, kill 50 bosses, get an item, something like that? Ow. But if it ends up not sorting me out until the end of January, which is when Eternal Strands is coming out, I may even look back at the first game. Just because that roguelike mode was just so addictive. Again, the boss rush mode may surprise me. It was also the fact that you were starting from 0. Like, you had your fist to punch things, but that was kind of it, and then you'd have to buy up a weapon and stuff. Ooh. A ring from the king. What this? Hang on. Oh, hello. Right in front of me. It's alright, I'm strong. It's wide. Keep an eye on his ammo. And not just drop down to his deaths immediately. That would be very bad. What's this ring then? Though the precious gemstone is still intact, empty holes puncture the band, signifying that whatever cord this ring was once strung upon split long ago, as it was likely separated from a larger matching piece. It is said that King Colette left no heir. Every Pan youngling grew up hearing legends of a long-lost prince who went missing during their dangerous voyage across the Dark Sea. Tragically, many young, tender-footed explorers met untimely demises searching for proof of his existence. It grants a stack of bulwark, which is like a chunk of damage resistance on a hit. Also grants 2 stamina regen per second for each bulwark stack and increases bulwark limit from 5 to 6. Ooh, would help enable a full bulwark build. Yeah, just double checking I can't interact with it in any way or pull out this other ring. Up stone rather. No. Again, there have been a few, not many. There have been more than a couple in the game that have let you do so. Hey, you're out of range, you scumbag. I just don't trust the fall damage, you know. I just don't trust it at all. Try and wind back round the other way. Oh, rooty cape. Okay, that's all well and good. Let's go up this way first. These explode. If that wasn't clear already. That was not a happy noise. Okay, so that door has the big exclamation mark on it. That means main quest continues that way. There might well be side dungeons though. There often are. And those again, if this wasn't a preset... What's the word? Seed of the world, if that's the right word. It would be random in which dungeons could spawn based within whichever ones were within that biome specifically. Hence the replay value. Again, there's many a build guide and DPS guide and weapon tier lists, secret guides and tutorials to find all the stuff. Like, there's plenty of content out there for this game. I and Pineapple actually did, when it first came out, did a video that I started watching, and it took me 25 minutes to realise, oh, you're just doing a full playthrough. Ended up spoiling a load of bosses for myself. I do regret it, but it was an excellent video, and they had a good time. Pineapple's one of those creators who don't put out on a hugely regular basis, but whenever he does, I'm always eager to watch it. Elevator or not elevator? We'll start with elevator. See? Look! Sneaky path. That's why you always check. We'll go and investigate said sneaky path once we've gone this way. Assuming it doesn't lead me to... It does. Now. Just timed it. There we go. There's that quick dodge. Be gone. So, that leads us to a side area. And something else to explore. See by that white diamond on the top of it. If we had explored it, it'd be filled in. Let's go and investigate the rest of the zone first. I want to make sure I'm clearing it all out before I go off to a side dungeon. One of the reasons I leveled movement speed. Right, now which side was it on? Was it this side? Clear. Burden of the Mason. An intricate piece of jewellery made from clay and dried into hard stone, inside a hot kiln. But the skilled artist who lovingly shaped this ring has long since perished. Their life's work preserves. The living stones do not fear the pestilence. Indeed, the two seem to hardly regard each other at all. If I can somehow wrest control of the living stones, we can use them to expel the pestilence from our beloved Yesha, and the Pan will finally understand the true power of the life song. Increases dodge weight threshold by 25 and increases melee damage for 35%, the wearer's total damage reduction. Ooh, so it's like tankering, wear heavy stuff, have big roll, do way more melee damage. I love the idea. It's just, again, it's really hard on some bosses to have that be useful. Okay, I can just about read that. I know full well that I am risking everything by putting this paper, but it must be recorded in the annals of time. We are journeying down a thorny path. Wherever it leads, let it be known that the treachery in motion now is the work of a few twisted souls alone. We are not all led astray, I swear it. Our fellow Vaunt have been blinded by this power. How could it have come to this? Our sweet goddess has gifted us so much. She has lifted us from nothingness and allowed us to bask in her glory. We went from living like beasts to a safe and comfortable existence, all thanks to her kindness. Yet that is not enough for my king. They desire more, and that desire will destroy us all. Even now a plan is brewing to capture the goddess and pry the secrets of her power from her by any means necessary. Footsteps. I'll return to this account as soon as I am able. Ah, it is too much. It is blasphemy to even speak of such a thing. Our damnation has been voted on unanimously. It is decided. It is done. I tried to protest, but I was quickly and absolutely shut down, with great cruelty and no small threat to my life and that of my kin should I breathe a word of their schemes. I have no choice but to go along with it, and my heart rallies against it. There's nothing to be gained here, only tragedy. We may secure more power, but we will lose our souls in the process. It sickens me, Idusa, dear doting goddess of stone and loam, herald of the sweet lifting voices of the stone that built our village. Forgive me. I wish I had the strength of character to stop what is to come. I am a coward, and as such complicit in all these tidings. I am stained with sin, and though the title remains, I am vought to no more. May the goddess have mercy on us all. So that seems to back up that it was a power-hungry group that doomed everybody else. But if it was a unanimous vote, they all screwed themselves. Is it not enough to be warm, have good food, to be able to lift things with ease? Hey, they wanted the power to make mighty golems themselves. So at the moment, I'm siding with the stone goddess. We'll have to see if any more narration and lore tidbits tip our hand in one way or another. I thought so, you scumbags. Oh, big spin. Again, luckily, I'm a tanky beggar. Break all your stuff. Seemingly nothing else in here. Come friends, for what little time remains for you. They're nearly fully leveled now. And there weren't any achievements or all associated with getting them all maxed out. I just liked having the options. Wanted to try them out. The one I would mainly be using is another melee and tanky class on top of the healer. That's what I did to beat the game through the first time. Very much enjoyed it. Oh, plant. Alright, that's this side cleaned out, which means I just have over there to look at before going to the side dungeon. Bit of red up there, what'd I miss? Oh, down there, not up there. Sometimes something like a ring or net from enemies would just be on the side of a trail. Like there was every chance like underneath that guy in that little crevice there would have been a ring or something like that. Always worth checking. Boop. Statue. Huh. So you look very much like what is pictured on the map. So either you are the physical form of our stone lady or you're the king. If I had to hazard a guess. And there's another side dungeon up there. Very important looking side dungeon. Let me just see if there's a shortcut or a... I think this is locked from the side, isn't it? Of course it is. Which means I assume... Wait. There's no lever to pull. Oh, there is a lever to pull. I'm just blind. Ah, note! The goddess I once knew was kind and demure. What the Vaunt done to make her writhe and lash out in such grief, such terrible torment. Only the king were here to quell her anger. I begged them not to harm him. They did not listen. They claim they have a means to control her, yet in the same breath usher us Gull into hiding. The living stones have gone mad. I only hope that when the goddess descends upon my village, she recognizes who I am and remembers my many offerings and years of devoted worship. What terrible, cruel irony. I dedicated my life to Lydusa, and now I must take shelter from her wrath. We servants did nothing wrong. This horror is the doing of the Vaunt. We find this parchment and have not yet sought refuge. There is an inner chamber within the statue, where we all escape this tragedy unharmed. Okay, so that may give us a little more insight. Maybe for tomorrow, though. What I'm going to do is I'm going to head back to the other one first. What time are we on now? We're about 2 hours 20 in. Assuming it's not a complete hellscape in there, probably have time to get this other side dungeon done, then call it for the day. Let's make sure I'm going the right way. Yes, yes, yes. Very good, very good. I said before, I can be quite geographically challenged, so it's okay. Now, unless they put another cave at the bottom of this elevator shaft, which would be extremely devious. Not impossible. Seen it in other Souls games. A double secret elevator. Or standing on top of the elevator, or to the side of the, you know. Cheeky ways of hiding things. Right, let's see what's in here first. Have a swig of his beverage. Oh no, it's a bit with a load of gravity. Goddess's Rest. Rest at the checkpoint to get me ammo and such back. Gib. Do need to check in the ward to see if they have actually done anything with that egg I put there. Again, I assume that was from the DLC, like early on in there. I don't recall. Couldn't have come through from the main campaign because this is a... As you saw that little map screen, we could choose whether to do an adventure mode or the full campaign. And key items do not follow through between. It's a ring we'd already got. You see this little setup here, this word, building block, for lack of a better term of a level, was in that first bit we went through. That's where you start seeing like the reuse of stuff, but how it all is kind of pieced together still feels really good to me. Oi. Get backed. I love my coach gun. I loved it in the first game too, that's why I gravitated towards it. And I tried out a lot of different weapons. You can level them up and then you can get the currency straight back again if you didn't like it, which is very pleasant. And there didn't seem to be, as far as my memory serves, there was no like tax cost, you know. You didn't lose any material doing that. So it lets you experiment. Hey, summon a level 10, which lets me summon that big bugger you can see there. And it unlocks the trait of regrowth. However, now it has been leveled up. I want to swap to another one. Again, that would summon a big boy that you could fight. But I want to try that new Ritualist. Damaging status effect applied by the Ritualist inflict infected. Affected victims receive 5% more status damage. On death, spreads that status within 5. Trait is increases duration by 20% on them. And the basic perk increases all damage to enemies afflicted by a negative status effect by 2.5. Increases with Ritualist level. This makes me a Regenerator Plague Doctor. That name changes based on which one's the prime perk. What else you do. What's this first skill we've got? Creates a 1 meter explosion, 187.5 damage on all enemies within 15. Explosion radius and damage increased by 100% for each unique status on the enemy. Refreshes all current status effects on the target. I feel like for this build I would have to actually be running some status effects, which I do not have any of right now. Ooh. Cool little animation though. Oh, my lightning counts. Then just to level it up. So there'll be weapons I can get with different statuses on them as well. Different modifiers. Or different weapons like this one that just straight up shoot one out. Ooh, quite a lot more damage. Uh-oh. Wrong button, wrong button. There we go. Once we get Hot Shot going, that should do a lot of damage in its own right. Not exactly an ideal build, but I want to level it up. What were the other ones I had at my disposal, by the way? I had Hunter, which is just a straight up damage one. Alchemist, which lets you have the concoction buffs, which are basically like, I think I have one. Yeah. So you can only have one active by default, and this one increases XP by 15%. That lasts 60 minutes and stays in after death. So Alchemist there lets you have one more, which is pretty nice. Engineer can deploy a weapon. Interesting. I do like the sound effect and how that kind of boots on them. Oh. Pretty cool. Again, I could absolutely be getting more use out of it. I have to change around my build a lot though to... Oh, fella! I haven't seen one of you in a bit. So they teleport and drop down like a layer of arrows. And they often have backup covering their ass. Yeah, we'll go with it for now. If it feels like I really need to push my DPS a bit more, I will invest in other statuses. At the moment, I can get fire and lightning going at a push, so that's something. Ooh. I remember this bit. Assuming it's the same one. Watch this. Again, it might be a different area, but I'm guessing it's not. So as the lift goes up, wouldn't you know it, there's a load of symbols. Okay, side circle, line on top, line on bottom, and sword symbol. And if memory serves, because like any good Souls game, there are sometimes hidden walls. I can't remember if it was top or bottom though. I think it was that way around. So that's sword, And then it was that circle bit. Then it was that one. And then it was line to the side. Which is that one. There you go. Many funky little secrets.
Use that.
One I already have. Hence, it just gave me some material. But yeah, there is all kinds of stuff like that. Also, it was an elevator, so I actually need to call it back down and go up there and then grab some more resources. Wondering what the mini-boss in here is, though. So far, these are assets that were used in other parts of the main world. So the unique bit must be a boss here or an item somewhere in here. Again, some of the puzzles, there was one in an area like this that's like, there's multiple coffins all over the place that all have different symbols on them. And then you have to remember all those and then walk back. Not Googling on stream, I just have to whip out a notepad. Right, that's another one I've already got. But I'll take it nonetheless. I'm hoping that this informs someone out there who's either starting the game, is encouraged to start the game, and then you know. That's the kind of thing. Watch out for. Like, it's hard when you've already, like, you know, I've seen this puzzle plenty of times over that first 80 hours. I'm well aware that it exists. But for someone new, first glance, you might not even know to look back. Or notice the symbols going up the lift. That's what I love about it, though. And sometimes a drop is just a drop.
Shit.
He's so upset to have to fight all the time. Right, we'll go around this way and have to fight anyway. So if my chain lightning hits a load of them and then I burst them with this ritual thing, that's a lot of damage, right? That seems good. So I can hit 2 and then... Alright, that feels pretty great. That feels pretty great. And assuming you could get, like, I don't know, many more negative traits on them, feels like it would be fantastic. Oh, the lightning! That's what I get for being cocky. Alright, you scumbags. Alright, alright. Maybe I should look into a different weapon. What applies status? Like this does when I use the ability. I don't know what ones just build it up naturally. Now look, basic ones here with this gas giant apply corroded, so that would be one. Charge melee applies corrosion. So I do have options if I wanted to go that route. This sword just straight up does fire damage. This one does a big old anime whirlwind, it's great. Okay. I can make the staff do shock damage, for example. Sword getting melee on each one's probably good. Again, though, I'd have to upgrade them for them to be a lot useful. Obviously, this thing has lightning. Do any of my others have? Well, other than something like that, where I can put an ability on it to make it do something else. Not there. Obviously, the main weapons, I know a few of these do. I just want the base ammo to do something. Oh, I love the bows. That bow particular is very silly. It's a decent buff. So that does bleeding. Okay. Think. So then I'd have to do a lot of upgrading. I don't know if I have the material and the scrap to fully upgrade a sword and a gun. But if I want to level this ritualist and change up my gameplay a little bit, I could do so. We could have a gander. And I've only got one of each really fully buffed up, apart from one other sidearm, because I wasn't always a fan of the chain lightning. I liked having a revolver. Let's have a chat in with Riggs. Excuse me, Riggs. I just want to have a look at some upgrading, dear friend. Where were we? Okay. I definitely have the iron. I wish I knew how many going in, but let's have a gander. Okay, we seem to be alright. It's going to add up pretty quick, though. Oh, and then it requires a simulacrum, that's why, because I have sod all of those and they're much rarer. I keep it at the +9. Alright, where's that sword then? We need fire sword, you. And you'll get to +9 as well, I assume? Not quite. Probably sell a few bits for some scrap. Again, at least then it'll make Ritualist do more damage and it doesn't affect my shield build at all.
Well, hey.
Hello! I would like to sell some stuff, please. I don't use any of these goddamn consumables. Probably should, but I don't. In which case, easy scrap. Another thing that resets all my points. Which is weird, because you can reset your talent points anyway. Those, get rid of this. Get rid of this. I'm keeping that elixir, because I should probably use it. Oh, just pile of poo. Forgot I had that as well. That one, Grail conversion, no. Blood Moon Essence was for like something in Yeasha at an altar to buy other specific stuff. I can't be selling those. It's so little scrap, what's the point there?
Your debt's still at 2 now. Remember that.
I only vaguely remember that. Right, can we upgrade the sword to +9? Yep. Again, I'm not using a simulacrum, so my output won't be as high as the weapons I've currently got, but let me knock off some of these. Just so I have them at my disposal. We had that new, what was it? We got another new mutator as well. Go and speak to the fella over here. So this fella upgrades those mutators that we can put in our different weapons.
The sun shines.
He is also a Pax.
Ah, yes.
Let's see. He can also craft too. That's the stowed one that increases damage. And blasts from melee damage. Neither of those are status. I'm just wondering if any of these can be. Mod regen. Weapon damage for mod power. Again, these are going to be a little more than I can get to work with my build. Increases the damage of the backdash evade. Very silly. Grey health one, faster melee, and charge has lifesteal. It's not bad. I don't have the scrap to upgrade any of them, to be fair.
Farewell.
Not at all. Do you have a question for him? Oh, about the story currently going on. The Lost Tribe is real.
Its tongue just spake of the lost tribe of Yeasha? Dwyer must have mistakenly stumbled into a pan nursery.
No, I've got
It
stuff.
is the stuff of fairy tales. All pan children know as much. the Pax'll take his mistaken.
Look at the armor I'm wearing. Oh, I brought proof.
Present this proof to dwell for inspection and verification. No falsehood escapes my sight.
If I give it to him, and maybe I don't have it for something important in the campaign. He might give me a really cool item, but I'm gonna hold on to it for now.
Roads lead to dwell.
See, this will be another one of those, like, mini choices. I'm assuming I give the item to him, but I then lose out on the ability to do more with it in the campaign itself. Right, let's slap on our new stuff. Again, I can revert all these upgrades that I've done, if I would like to. Right, what mutator could I do? Sort by... Ooh. They're not one for level? Damn. Those are already equipped in other stuff. So that's plus 10. You're plus 10, which is capacity, which... eh. That's specifically for bows. I don't think any of the others are upgraded. No. Bandit in this might be pretty good. Again, this is one of the weapons from one of the main bosses. Very grim looking thing. I love a load of the models for this one as well. But yeah, if they apply bleeding and our big thing here, we can't change out this mod. The boss weapons, you can't change out the specific, like, ability on them, like you can with non-boss stuff. But the trade-off is they're usually pretty good. Right, I need the mutator. That's for shield. Shielded strike. Same again here. This was for fighting a dragon, so it says there. Then obviously with our lightning gun, which I will just slap the other plus 10 in. Bigger mag and better reload speed, which is silly sci-fi cubes. Alright. I haven't used anything other than a great sword in ages, so let's go have a quick look here. So I put shock on them, start bleeding them, and then fire. Need to reapply the shock, and then... Ooh! So before, that did 100 damage baseline. It did about 350, 400 with just the shock on it. All three of those on it did over 600. We'll have to see how far this all takes us, but I'm hopeful this works out. Again, all my other main stuff's still fully upgraded. And it's not like I'm really going ham with it. Like, I still have all my amulets and rings equipped that work with my shield build. So it's not exactly the most efficient and min-maxed build by any means, but it will work a little tougher. Level our funky crystal again. Firearm charge time. Consumable duration, mod power generation. We'll do the mod power one. And I assume once this hits the next level, I reset it and I can make the numbers go bigger. Again, this is a whole new system to me, so I don't know. And this is a specific stone? No idea. Right, let's go and see. Pop my shield on. Nom 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 nom. Very different from my shotgun, as you can see. Gives an angry wail as you reload it as well, which is very cool. I'll show you the mod ability as well. When an enemy actually shows up. There we go. That changes the reticle, and then... Whoop. I think he blocked it. That did some decent damage. Hang on, I need a map! This is just a big root of damage. For lack of a better term. Let me see. Fires a devastating blast that penetrates through all enemies in its path, dealing a chunk of damage with more crit damage and 3 times stagger. Its damage is increased by 50% for each enemy penetrated, so you have to line up like as many dudes as possible. I like it. Again, it's been ages since I experimented with a load of the different weapons and stuff. And as you saw, I just had the materials to kind of get some, not fully maxed out, but enough to be viable. That still gives me plenty of shield on the swing. Already cleared our little puzzle tower, so we continue on in the road. It's nice to have a bit of a faster swing again. Does just feel real good. Bleed. Bleed for me. That's the third. Still not bleeding. Maybe I've made a mistake and creatures of stone probably not going to bleed very well. If at all. It conducts electricity though. Each relic for shield. Well, it'll work on non-stone stuff, I assume. An error in choosing the bleed weapon. Yeah, can always, if it becomes a big problem. It's alright now, the damage output is fine. It's nice to try something else. But I can always swap to another weapon that does something else. There were a couple of options in there. Right, onward for now. I don't know if this one ends in a boss or just another puzzle, but we'll see. Don't let gravity kill you now. Oh, I didn't quite line it up. Oi. Eat the pellets. Burn damage is pretty solid, though. If I get you burning, of course you won't burn because you're on. You're already. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I may have made a terrible mistake. Charged melee attacks apply the burning. Okay, okay, okay. It's just otherwise it's fire damage. This is why it's very important to read through each item description clearly, rather than getting excited and throwing a build together. It's alright. It's my entire gaming life. We get there, though. Now we just need to make sure these stone folks can indeed catch fire. Otherwise, that's 2 status effects that just ain't happening for now. Oh, look, it caught fire. We're good then. Just it does most of his health. Ah, bow guy. You should bleed. Wherever you've gone. Yep, there's the bleed. Ah, nope, nope, nope. Where have we gone? That bleed lasted a while. This stuff's going to be pretty good on a boss. What a strange chant I do when I punch that sigil as well. Press on. So now I can get it all to work and I can have that bit of synergy with it. Again, I'm not missing the DPS to such an extent that I feel the need to go and level them up to plus 10. Especially when I could only pick one. But again, Simulacrum's one of those items that's multiple playthroughs to find more of. So it's a little beyond my capabilities at the moment. New perk for Ritualist, we'll check that in a moment. Wrath. Increase all damage to enemies affected by a negative status effect by 2.5, which will increase with our Ritualist level. Nice. More damage. Check the other side. Make sure in the top right there as we're clearing the map, all that red turns to grey. So again, there can be even the smallest of side areas with an item or a ring or a secret. Learn to always double back with it. Don't fall off the world. Or deer. The deer are not enemies. The doe, rather. But they will just charge you. And be very angry about it. We saw earlier, we find an item where the devs called that out as well from this DLC. That looks new.
Huh. Yeah, this looks important.
Nah. That looks new as well. Okay. What do, game? Okay.
Okay, this is it.
This is what, me? Do I need to find more altars to light more fires? Probably. Let's investigate. Temple off over on that side. Oh, your icons weren't red, were you, you scumbags? Ooh! Ooh, excuse me. Took a lot of damage very quickly, but we're alright. No sneaky bits? No, just gravity and death.
Okay.
More pot. You swine. Between the electrocute and that fire damage, they actually tick down pretty quick. Ooh. Great point. Very nice. Get that into stamina recovery. Seems like there's only the one way down. There's absolutely another area off and to that side. Will not be tempted, item. Not to go this way. There'll be a way round. A more forgiving way. A less dangerous path. Okay, there's a checkpoint in that direction. I should probably go by that first. Not going to rest at it yet because I don't want everything to respawn nearby as I move about.
That looks important.
I have lit up one sigil. Hello?
Huh. Wonder if I need a key.
Did your eyes move? Must be imagining it. Unless she's looking in the direction of the next blue thing. And why on earth does a path lead up and round that other direction? Sure, if you're looking that way, I go in the other way first. I must know. Time we're on. Oh, I'm pushing it. Pushing it, but now I just want to get the door open. Unless there's something crazy that murders me repeatedly. Oh, that does not open from this side. We do not have the right. Unless there's something crazy that's going to take me ages to kill in there. We're getting it open. Never want to use. 2 and 3. Keep burning. I really like that they added a little chant to that. It's a fun class. Get wrecked, lightning gargoyle. Ah, and so there was. Boop. Very good. And another one of 5. I hope upon my death, my inevitable death, they don't all, you know, extinguish. You have to do it all in one life, which might be a possibility. To see. Alright, there's the next one. No traps, are they, on one of these? I'm killed by too many pressure plate arrows. Knew it, game.
Here we go.
Try and hit more than one. Oh, it didn't go all the way. There we are. Get darted. Okay, path up that way, path round this way. Try this way first. Ah, lever. Down or up though, game? Down. Any sneaky paths? No, seemingly not. Send it back up and make sure there isn't anything underneath. Seems clear. Alright. Not a climbable route. Just keep moving. Don't touch the angry flower. A little rod in you. Come closer, please. Ow. Shield up. Oh, dodge too early. There you go. Good night. We've got them pretty handled at this point. Wait till we find a big one as a mini-boss. No sneaky traps. A different elevator. It is a different elevator. Might just lead me to like an opposite on the other side, but oh, shortcut. And now we have the right. Where's the sun? And we'll send it back up again just to be sure. That's how on the weapon, by the way, the beating red bit in the middle vibrates almost like a heart and pulses on occasion, and the eyes, they know you're watching. Also, the fact that the root-like bit is pulsating and waving to the side feels very alive. I love their designs for it. Yeah, well, I can't appreciate the sci-fi stuff as much as I can appreciate the rest. There is a huge amount of variety. Yeah. Can't recommend the game enough. And closer. Nope. Used to a bit of longer reach. Right, well, I didn't fully see if there was anything on the elevator, but I can only assume it was fine. Right, we're good. I'm not noticing if Bandit's giving me back ammo at a regular pace or not on the weapon, but if it keeps firing for a hell of a long time, I can assume so. Nothing down here, was there? Just a sneaky bit of red. Nope. Gotta check. Gotta be sure. There's an area in the main campaign that's kind of sci-fi. It's where I got this lightning gun. It's more just cubes. And there is some nasty platformy puzzly bits in that bit. Portals that open up, portals that actually shift into another portal that you don't realise and go in 4 different directions. A delightful nightmare, but a nightmare nonetheless. Flower. Now you must bleed. Yeah, you do. Oh, I didn't get the third. It's hard to line up all 3. Nope, not if you're going to boot me in the snoot. Oh, I got 2. Oh, the fire just went off. Assume that's why you need your status duration to be higher, so you have time to actually proc them all on it. Oi. Away with you, tiny root. Got an upgrade for our prismy thing. Health skill cooldown or evade distance. Probably just health. I tend to be a little tankier. Which is just a flat +1 rather than a percent. Still leveling up though, so I wonder if it's just going to keep going at that point. I can't cleanse it, whatever that means yet. I'll have to see. Again, it's very early days with the system. Right, we've got up there, and then are you just dead end this way, another waterfall? Yeah. You'll find more of these weird obelisks. And I'm hoping we open that door and there's a mini boss right there, or some treasure. If it's a whole other level in there, I think we'll have to call it for the evening. Already pushing it a little bit. Ooh, angry and white. Oh, that just did enough damage to do him outright. Feels good. Okay, you're a third. So unless that's enough. And then it lights. Didn't see a path for any more of them. Silly rooty cape. I do like the shoulder pads though. You know, as a WoW player, you've got to always appreciate ridiculous, gigantic shoulder pads. And they're not even that big. Pretty chunky for this game though. Alright, so now we check the door, I suppose? Unless there's some paths hidden, that should be all of them. Right. Oh. There's another way. Right, because I went down initially rather than going straight that way. And there are 2 more little symbols, so continue on. Ah, yep, there we go, because there was the elevator down. Well, there's definitely one over there. And one here. Well, there you go. Plant. All three. 800 damage. Not bad at all. Oh, wasn't quite quick enough. What the... Ah! From that far away? Absolute scumbag. Oh no. Shield up. Bring you down. That siege scumbag. You're so far away. Ooh. Now that has a lot of range on it. Without any damage fall off. That's very nice indeed. Nope. We don't have the right. Curses. 4 or 5. Lovely bit of animation, that. Oh, and it actually lands on it. I just thought it lit up at the same time. Very cool.
Okay, this is it.
Through the waterfall. Hang on, what's that down there? There's another bit over here, game. That also wrap back around? I assume so. Yeah, that's where the other one is. And then there's another path on my left that wraps around. Got to check all those nooks and crannies. As you never know. Secrets are hiding therein. Why? What if I had my shotgun game? It's still kind of reaching, but it's the jammiest enemy placement I've seen in ages. On an inaccessible ledge. That's one of the melee weapons is, I think I showed it off earlier. Spear you can throw that returns to your hand like Mjolnir. Tried to make that work for a while, but it's all about building up charged heavy hits. I think one of the new items we actually found earlier would make that build a little more broken. There you go. Scumbags. Nobody behind, we're all clear. Okay, and there's the 5th button. Before I press you though. Little ledge with note on you but a way down. More that way. Right. Get it pressed. Is the temple going to explode or something? I assume not. We can only hope the door just opens. Okay, you can kind of hear something opening. Oh. Don't mind me. Oh, I see you up there, flutterer. I wish bleed affected you, you slide. Oh. You gonna come up here and join me? You gonna... What's happening down there? You alright? Lightning gun, reach around. Oh, he's stuck! Eat thunderballs. Oh, I'll take some jank sometimes. Yeah, that just drops me down to where we... Nope, there's a chest there. I don't just want to drop down willy-nilly and get stuck. The other way was just a drop-off, and this actually seems something special. Or at the very least, some currency. Right, give me all that scrap. Delicious, delicious scrap. Hey, and there's the door. Alright, before we call it for an evening then, let's go see what's inside the door. Is it a treasure chest? Could it be a new weapon? A boss? Maybe a notebook revealing the secrets at the end of this story and tell us who to side with so I don't make the wrong choice. Very fancy. And where does my doom lie, mighty door? Okay. Bones and statues doesn't bode well. You look like you could maybe come to life. Or maybe I shall just be Bowl. What? Wait, I didn't put anything in it. Oh, it just spawned one of you scumbags. Okay. Ooh, shoot a bit of lightning with it. Let me heal. There we go. Got my shield up. Was a nasty triple. Ooh. Got my shield. Oh, it went through! Brief frame drop, but we're fine. Draining empathy. Oh, empathy means if I heal, he heals. Right? That's what that one did. Bang! Bloodless King's Vow. Give me all your stuff. Okay. First, what this ring? Gain 4% of base range damage as lifesteal. Are there any secrets on the ring for us to pry away? In ancient times, rings shaped in this particular style were used exclusively for royal ceremonies in which a king was forever bound to his queen, commemorating their love and devotion to one another. What a terrible, heinous mockery! The goddess saw King Phalos as her pet and forced him to play the part. There is no other explanation. Though his death was a great loss, we can at least hope that he found peace in escaping Lydusa's clutches. We've got mixed reports about that ring description. I, for one, currently think they were lovers and everything's fine. Crown? The bloodless crown. Now not terrify. Which is... killing an entity applies Terrified to all enemies within 5 meters of the killed entity, and they deal less damage. And I suppose that counts as a debuff for all our other stuff on the Ritualist. Very nice. Very light heavy. Very lightweight. Ooh. The weight of this crown is heavy. So much heavier than you might have guessed. Though aged, the shining metal has been carefully preserved, and the crown jewel radiates with a passionate fury you can scarcely comprehend. It is said that King Phalos was beloved by his Pam, even as a prince back in our original homeland. It is an abomination that he came to be known as the Bloodless King due to the machinations of the stone goddess. Yet the Pam need never know of his descent. No, indeed, some secrets are best left buried, so as not to dull the brilliance of the legends that give us the strength to carry on. Again, when I'm never sure of the NPC, I default just to either like benevolent old voice or angry old voice. I mean, it's the DLC, I should probably just have the crown on. I've currently got a helmet to like not show, so it's not that much of a bother. I can also put on heavier boots again now. Nope, they're a little too heavy. Still needs to... Nope. Not quite. Need to get it under that 50. Nah, it needs to be way more. Okay, the academics kind of, but they're a little trousery. Something a little thicker around my breeches. That's too massive. Oh, it's just over. It's just over. So we've got a bit of a chunk to us roll. Yeah, gonna have to go with just basier pants. It irks me, but it must be done. Zealot ones, maybe? Yeah, they're a little more clothy and bedraggled. That's fine by me. Now, what on earth is this, though? Now, again, like with giving it to the dude at base camp, do I put it in this bowl? The cargo key is something from the main quest, so... Oh. I can't put it in there. I also can't put this in here. Maybe I need to find an item later and come back with it? Oh, book. Book. Prayers offered to the goddess Lydus on this day, as recorded by the Vond in Fatalonara. May we prosper in this new land forever and ever, Zaron. Might you create a living stone that chops trees swiftly, Davos. Please, goddess, protect my kin who are lost upon the dark sea. Please guide them to another shore, and one day back to me, more Fenana. May the jungle be fertile, and my hunt fruitful, Azul. We are in want of more living stones to protect us from predators and invasion. Il Kazan. I want to grow taller, please, Relen. Bless. Not missing out there, am I? No. So how on earth do I be like, I wish to also grow taller? Well, I guess we go through more of this DLC. We come across an item to be used in here. I've got that crown equipped now, so mainly I'm hoping that triggers some dialogue. It might also trigger angry dialogue, you know? When we go back to the rock lady, she might be like, that's my husband's crown. I'm going to kill you now. You know, it might not go well for us. For now, let me get back to the other area. I'm just going to have to bear it in mind. Ritual bowl, prayer, altar, funky goddess door. At the very least, before we, or maybe after we defeat the final boss of the DLC, go back and have a gander. Oh. Nope, fall damage will kill me. Fall damage will absolutely kill me. I know we've got the other side dungeon over there. Before I forget, though, I do want to run over and talk to our friend Walt with this crown equipped. No! I'm on a mission! I'm on a mission and you can't stop me! I'm pushing my schedule and have a front seat. Phew! There is a pretty good chance they just follow me down here, by the way. As long as they don't harm Walt, we'll be fine. Oh, god damn. Excuse me, out of the way, out of the way. Oh boy. I made a mistake. They of course did follow me down. And that's what impatience will get you. Absolutely. The thing is, if I drop down, that's fall damage and death, right? Hang on, maybe I can Skyrim my way down this cliff. Oh, nope. Fortunately, this isn't like Dark Souls or Elden Ring in the sense I'm carrying a heap of souls that are lost on my death. Enemies just respawn. Which isn't always a bad thing, because sometimes you want to farm. That's why you have that skull on the bottom left is a liquid concoction that can just end you immediately. Ow. Wrong one. There you go. You went so far. Oh, I think it was just out of range. Okay. There you go. Swine. Burn. Burn, goddammit. You. There you go. Alright. The moment I get a bit of shield and my lifesteal all kicks in, I tend to be fine. But let's go over there and speak to Walt. And then we can call it for the evening. Almost. Almost ran straight down it and died. There's been too much gravity death today, game. No more. No more, I say. So does my gun with its rooty moustache.
Here we go.
Right, let's start picking them off. Pop, 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 pop. Oh, you. Stay down there. It's over. I have the high ground. Oh, another big one. No, you don't. Sorted. On the high difficulties, you take a lot more damage from stuff. Heal less if memory serves, but your rewards are much bigger. But when bosses were 1 and 2 shotting you, I just like getting stuff done. Or slowly pushing on to the harder difficulties, long before I streamed. It was still fun. I have questions. What do you think of this crown? He has nothing to say for my crown. How could you? I'm wearing an heirloom of your people, for God's sake. Alright then. I think with that then, folks. Hit that checkpoint. How did I do that little emote wheel? Right, there we are. Find a decent bit of scenery. There you go. Oh, that's a ping. I didn't even know we had pings. There we go.
Hello.
Not hello, this was a goodbye. It's fine. Thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed yourselves, hit that like button for me. It helps pushes these videos through the algorithm. Gets more folks to come and either hang out in the mornings or chill with us with different games on an evening. Subscribe for more content here on the channel. You can find me on the weekdays, 9 AM UK time with World of Warcraft, 6 PM in the evening with other games. And as you've seen, going through Remnant 2. With its first DLC, or second DLC rather, The Forgotten Kingdom. Plenty more to go. And you can find all the other games we've already gone through. Playlist section of the channel for your binge street arts content. Until next time folks, much love, take care, and bye bye.